If you see this in a Reddit story, stop reading immediately. It started as just another late-night scroll through Reddit. A user, anonymous and untraceable, had posted a chilling story under r/nosleep. The title? If you see these words in a Reddit story, stop reading immediately. The top comment was a simple, nervous laugh. Nice try, OP. I'm reading it anyway. The second comment was a little different. I stopped. I'm not taking chances. But then came the third comment. My brother read this out loud. He's missing now. The post that shouldn't exist. A college student, Alex Carter, first came across the story at 2:47 a.m. Just another insomnia-fueled doom scroll. The post had only been up for a few hours, but the engagement was off the charts. Thousands of upvotes, hundreds of comments, all warning people not to read. The original poster's username was Null Pointer, an account with zero post history before that night. The text itself was deceptively simple. If you see these words, stop reading immediately. Do not continue. Do not comment. Do not acknowledge this post exists. Below the opening line was a set of cryptic, seemingly random sentences. You were never meant to see this. This is not a story. This is a door. Then, an eerie warning. By reading these words, you have already been noticed. Most people dismissed it as another attempt at creepypasta. But then, a pattern emerged. The first people who had commented, Redditors with solid posting histories, started vanishing. Their accounts were deleted, their posts scrubbed from existence. And then Alex got a DM. The message that shouldn't have been sent. The message came from an account that no longer existed. Literally. The sender's name displayed as deleted. The profile showing a blank page. But the message itself remained. Do not reply. Do not say anything out loud. Just listen. It was followed by coordinates. Alex's heart pounded. The location was just 20 miles away, in the middle of nowhere. Curiosity warred with common sense. Every nerve in his body screamed at him to ignore it. But of course he didn't. He packed a flashlight, a pocket knife, and his phone. Then he started driving. The house that shouldn't exist. The coordinates led to an abandoned house on the outskirts of town. A place that, as far as Google Maps was concerned, didn't exist. No roads led to it. No records of its construction. The front door was already open. Inside, the air was thick, almost solid, like stepping into something that wasn't fully real. And then, on the wall, he saw it. Words scrawled in a shaking, almost frantic hand. If you see this in a Reddit story, stop reading immediately. Beneath it, a list of usernames. Some crossed out, some fresh, and at the very bottom, his own. Alex ran, but the second he turned around, he wasn't in the house anymore. He was inside the Reddit post, the door that shouldn't have opened. People always talk about getting lost in the internet, but this was something else. He could still see his upvotes, his last comment, the DM thread. But his body, it wasn't his share anymore. It wasn't anywhere. Somewhere outside the screen, in the real world, his phone buzzed with a new message. From deleted. Welcome to the other side. The unfinished thread. Back on Reddit, the post had disappeared. Not deleted. Not removed by mods. Just gone. Like it had never existed. But a new thread had taken its place. If you see this in a Reddit story, stop reading immediately. A new list of usernames. A new name at the bottom. Yours. The other side. Alex tried to scream, but no sound came out. He could hear voices, muffled whispers, like people speaking through layers of static. He recognized some of the words. His own words. The ones he had typed in his last comment. Then, the screen flickered. A notification popped up. Null Pointer has replied to your comment. His fingers moved on their own, clicking it open. The response was just one sentence. Now you belong to the thread. Alex felt a pressure on his chest, like something pressing against him from inside the screen. His fingers trembled over the keyboard, but before he could type a reply, his computer shut down. And then, he was falling. The room that shouldn't exist. When he opened his eyes, he was sitting in a chair. A dimly lit room stretched around him, walls covered in old monitors, each flickering with different Reddit pages. Some showed his profile. Others showed usernames he had never seen before. And then, in the center screen, was a live feed of his own room. His body wasn't there. A door creaked open behind him. He turned slowly, every hair on his body standing on end. There, standing in the doorway, was someone he recognized instantly. Himself. a distorted, pixelated version of himself. Smiling, the figure stepped forward. Alex didn't have time to react before everything turned black. The final post. Somewhere, in another Reddit thread, a new post appeared. If you see this in a Reddit story, stop reading immediately. Beneath it, a new set of usernames. A new name at the bottom. Yours.